Hey Leo, I hope you're all doing amazing. My name is Sarah and this is my channel, Serendipity Astrology. I'm doing a general tarot card reading for September 2021. I'm doing these early because I am moving in like 2 days. Well, I have to put all my stuff in storage and we're going to be kind of floating around, staying with some friends and stuff for a few weeks because we're buying a house. Or we're working on buying a house. I'm pretty sure everything's going to work out in my favor. I'm not really worried about it. I wanted to make sure I got these out for you guys because I'm going to be floating around so much. I'm not really going to have like a spot to be able to do this in quiet. So I didn't want to leave you all hanging. So let's get into your reading. Oh, shoot. Why did I just cut that? The last 2 days, like I've been super clumsy, which is, not really like me. I was a long time ago, but then I wasn't clumsy anymore. But I've been kind of clumsy, knocking into stuff, and like I think it's just because I have so much going on. My mind can be going in a few places every once in a while, but I bring myself back in, so it's not really that big of a deal. All right. You have the Five of Cups. You have the Ten of Wands. And the Two of Wands. You have the Eight of Cups. You have the Four of Cups. And the Three of Cups. Wow. Okay. Huh. Okay. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have the Four of Swords. And the Lovers. Okay. All right. I am pulling a card for each row. This row represents the past, this row represents the present, and this row represents the possible future. I'm pulling them from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Oh, geez. Oh. The Dove Spirit. Be peace. That popped out. Oh, wow. Okay. You have the Giraffe Spirit. See the big picture. And the Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. All right, so for this row that represents the past, we have the Five of Cups, we have the Ten of Wands, and we have the Two of Wands. Some of you have had to deal with some disappointment in the past, especially with, I think, with relationships. I feel like some of you are in a relationship with a water sign, possibly a Cancer. I have that feeling. It keeps popping into my head. Cancers have a tendency to brood sometimes, and they kind of go within. Like they go into hermit mode when things aren't looking too great for them, and sometimes they can, not want to communicate. But I feel like you kind of dealt with that in the not too distant past. Like it was some of you just waiting for the other person to open up, but it just wasn't happening at the time. The fives are all about change. So I do feel like this is a changeable energy. Okay? That this is like transforming into something else. You also have the Ten of Wands here. Yeah. For some of you, I feel like well, I know that you've been carrying a heavy burden. I think some of you have been the sole breadwinner in your relationship, and that's been really maybe the dynamic of your relationship changed due to all the stuff going on with the C word, and you ended up being the one that had to go out and work while your partner stayed at home, possibly out of work or maybe with your kids. But it was still a burden nonetheless. But again, the Ten of Wands, that is a point where things change. I don't feel like this energy is carrying over into the present. I think you're recognizing that, and you're like, you've given yourself a little bit of a break. Maybe like in July or August, you took like a few weeks just for yourself, from work. And you just needed to. For some of you, I feel like you quit your job, or you just like couldn't do that anymore and you just had to like let it go. Because that is a lot to carry, and maybe it just wasn't the right place for you. But I feel like Leos can take leaps and have that faith in themselves. Like there's that strength within. You're the lion. You have that inner lion that isn't afraid to take chances. And you always refer back to that. Okay? Remember the strength that you always have with you. You also have the Two of Wands in this row, okay? So with the Two of Wands, you know what? Usually, to me, that would say that you're like creating your own world. Like you're looking out over the landscape and seeing what you want to make different. For some of you, this may be true, but for others of you, you see how there's like the Two Wands here? It looks like things are kind of like going on hold for you for a little bit. Like you're temporarily pausing. You were temporarily pausing things for yourself just to give yourself a break. Again, that's what I see. Universe advice for the past, you have the Dove Spirit. Be peace. Yeah. You're working on finding that inner peace within that can work with that lion that's in there too. Okay. And I think giving yourself some space to relax and to decompress because of all that you've been carrying for a while. This might have been years. It might not like more than just, the C word. It could have been past that. I feel like you guys have had some really big goals and dreams that you've been really going for in the last couple of years. Fire signs, you're really stepping it up and you're making shit happen in your life. So, you can take a break. You absolutely can take a break. There's no reason you can't. All right, so in this middle row, which represents the present, you have the Eight of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, again, I think some of you moved on to a new job because the old one was really bringing you down. Like, really bringing you down. For others, what I'm hearing is that some of you you're not going to stay in the relationship that you're in, where you're kind of feeling like people are not really showing you the attention and the affection that you deserve, that you definitely give others, okay? Those are very affectionate, and you like to spoil your partners. But I feel like you haven't been seeing that yourself, or maybe it's just not the emotional, like back and forth that you've wanted. And I do feel like some of you are presently moving on to something different. You know what? For others, this is a new path of your relationship. The moon is present here. Yeah, I so feel like you guys have a Cancer in your life. You know, the Cancer is ruled by the moon. You know, and Leo is ruled by the sun. So it would make sense that, you know, you end up with your, it's like your counterpart almost. Well, they're your adjoining sign too, so you can have a lot of similar energy. So you have the Four of Cups here. Yeah. The universe is bringing in something for you guys. I think for some of you, it's going to be like a new job, like I said. Some of you might get a lot of offers on different things, and I really feel like you should make sure that you're being valued where you go, because that's important. You know what? You're valuing yourself more than you probably ever have. So, yeah, I really feel like some of you have an offer coming in. I do feel like you're going to accept it, though. I know this guy on this card looks a little, you know, grumpy and closed off, but I don't feel like that energy stays that way. Okay, you also have the Three of Cups here. So I do feel like you're celebrating something that's coming in for you. Huh. Wow. You have the 3, the 4, and the 8. All of Cups. This has a lot to do with your emotions and how you feel about everything, and the shift of those feelings changing towards a lot of things in your life. This middle row, the present, the universe advice is the giraffe spirit. See the big picture. Yeah, I think you are seeing the big picture. You're seeing where you're valued and where you're not. And you're seeing the new paths you can go down, and I do think you're seeing those offers that are coming in. I do. All right, so the last row is the possible future. You have the Page of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords, and you have the Lovers. Yeah. Some of you really are understanding the value within yourselves. And that value is attracting greater and better things into your life. Like new opportunities that can be great financially, even in love. You also have the Four of Swords here. Some of you still need more rest. I really feel like you guys pushed it like the last 3, maybe 4 years. You've been pushing it hard. And you're finally giving yourself the break that you deserve. Within that break, there comes a certain amount of healing. You know? Like a healing to letting yourself off the hook for having to be on top of everything all the time. Just kind of relaxing, pulling things back a little bit. Making time to make sure that you can relax. That is important. You also have the Lovers here. Again, I feel like for some of you, this has to do with your relationship. That, you know, your relationship is coming to a point where it feels like it's getting more romantic. And like, what I'm hearing is that some of you, your partner has had a lot that has been like a lot of blockages that have been kind of in their way, and things kind of haven't been going the right way for them. But like, I feel like things, once they're turned around for them, they can actually start to show how they feel and say what they think and be a better communicator and just like more affectionate in general, because they'll have a better like feeling about themselves and a higher self-esteem. You know, our self-esteem has a lot to do with our energy. And when you don't feel good about yourself, it can be really difficult to, you know, reach out and make others feel good about themselves. Because you're doing, like, you're trying to save what little you can just to make it through every day. But I feel like this is coming through for some of you. Like that romantic connection that you felt like you've been missing for years, like it's been kind of off. I feel like some of that's coming back for you. Universe advice for the possible future. We have the turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. You know, things may be coming in slow for you. And, you know, it is important to have a certain amount of rest. You know, that kind of implies that you're letting go of control over things. And there's a certain amount of trust and faith that's involved in that. And I don't think that the trust and the faith that you're putting into yourself and into like giving yourself the space to regenerate is going to not bring things in for you. Actually, it might speed things up, because like you're not in resistance to it anymore. It's like you're kind of just letting it flow. You guys have put a lot of energy into things in the last couple years, okay? So it's okay to take a break. Slow and steady does win the race, okay? All right, Leo, this was an awesome reading. I am excited for September for you guys. I really feel like you're getting like that little bit of like rest and relaxation that you so deserve, and don't ever say that you don't, okay? You deserve to rest too. Okay, I will see you all again as soon as I possibly can, and I love you guys. Have a great September, okay? Bye. Shoot.